Honorable professors, dear colleagues, it is a pleasure to speak in the Science and Society Remote International Conference 2022 about the effort of the European Student Think Tank and its working group on public health and policies to bridge society and policymaking in Europe by means of science. My name is Christos Tsagkaris. I'm a medical doctor from Greece, and I'm currently heading the European Student Think Tank Public Health and Policies Working Group. Before anything else, a definition of the organization. The European Student Think Tank, or EST, is a youth-led international organization founded in 2010 in the Netherlands, with a principal aim to spread the EU values to students and young professionals from Europe and beyond. The EU values can be summarized in the core concept of unity in diversity. In this sense, the main goal of the organization is to involve the youth in EU-related issues by debates, scholarly communications, events, and other activities that promote unity and dialogue among countries and background. To put this in number, in the last 12 years, the organization has grown to more than 100 members from more than 30 countries from the 5 continents. At the same time, the appeal of the organization in social media has grown, and now our voice is audible to more than 12,000 followers on Facebook and 20,000 followers on LinkedIn. Another important measure of the appeal of the European Student Think Tank and its projects is the participation of the organization as a whole or particular members and working groups in high-end events of the European Union and the United Nations. Some very recent examples include the European Youth Event 2021 in the European Parliament in Strasbourg in France, or the United Nations Climate Change Conference. Both of them took part in late 2021. The question, however, is how does the organization work? There is, of course, a board that directs the organization, and the backbone of these activities is the publications and events which enable youth to express their views and generally provide a platform for student-led discussions. There are 2 origins, 2 main sources of this discussion. From one side, a network of ambassadors from Europe and beyond that organize activities and contribute articles and content. And from the other side, the working groups which conduct research on various areas with the European Union and Europe as a region and as a concept, as a common denominator. This is the focus of this presentation. And the European Student Think Tank working groups have grown significantly in the last 10 years, encompassing all aspects of life in Europe, from youth employment and gender equity to environment and even public health and policy. The last is relatively new. It was founded in late 2020 for obvious reasons, when health and policy in the European Union became more relevant than ever due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In its second year, it was relaunched with a new team, and currently this team includes 6 members, 4 medical doctors, 1 bioscientist, and 1 linguist with a specialization on neurodegenerative diseases. We come from all over the European Union and beyond, Greece in the south, Switzerland in the center, Norway in the United Kingdom in the north, and also Turkey and India. And our approach is from research to civic engagement, or if we can invent and use this term, evidence-based civic engagement. This approach has some strengths and weaknesses. The strengths includes the effort to bring research capacity, the effort to build actually research capacity in the space of non-governmental organizations, which is not so common among youth NGOs. This is possible thanks to the multidisciplinary approach that we have, as described before, and this also enables us to collaborate in different levels. We have collaborative projects among us, but we also have our own projects, and when it is necessary and applicable, we can invite each other and rely on each other's expertise in order to improve them. It is very important that we have a variety of platforms for dissemination, apart from journals and conferences, which are of course, the standard for dissemination of output. We have the academic journal of the organization, the European Policy Review, the website of the EST with its frequent article publications and its dedicated editorial office, the EST podcast, the EST newsletter, and oftentimes the newsletters and websites of partner organizations. Of course, within the strengths, there are some weaknesses. This is a pro bono and extracurricular activity. This means that our time and resources are limited, and speaking of limited resources, we have limited access to literature and research-related software. And of course, supervision can also be tricky. Of course, we rely on each other for expertise, but when it comes to having senior mentors, this depends on the project, on the context, and on time and resource availability. However, with this situation so far, since October, we have managed to publish 3 peer-reviewed articles, and we have many more in the making. We have also managed to be part of an initiative of the World Health Organization, a virtual consultation that took place in November 2021, and was about the Youth to End Tuberculosis program. So we were invited there, and together with other young leaders and NGOs, we provided some input in order to help the dedicated team of the World Health Organization to come up with a pragmatic approach on the issue. Apart from this online activity, we have also become members of a wide network of public and global health associations and bodies. And together with all of them, under the supervision of the World Federation of Public Health Associations, we co-signed a statement to the World Health Assembly of the World Health Organization, where we advocated for equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines through a pandemic treaty, which was recently prioritized by the World Health Organization. And being a small group of students and young professionals, we were very happy to see that unifying our voices with other organizations helped to stress this need. On this basis, we are also organizing an event in the Global Public Health Week 2022. This is an initiative of the World Federation of Public Health Associations, and we were actually invited there. We are also strengthening our collaboration with other EST working groups, especially the one about the environment. We are preparing more peer-reviewed publications and working on creative ways to disseminate their findings. And we generally try to build capacity for those that will take our place after we leave this group in order to continue and expand this work. Speaking of the Global Public Health Week, we decided that we are going to organize a workshop about scientific writing without borders. This means that we are going to explore genres of writing such as policy briefs, non-papers, white papers, and so on, that scientists can use in order to voice their concerns and their findings to those that take decisions, policymakers, stakeholders, and decision makers as a whole. In this sense, and this stated, I would like to thank you for your attention. I would like to thank the organizers of the conference for including us in such an exciting lineup of speakers, initiatives, and organizations across the globe. And I would like to close with this. The European Student Think Tank is based in Europe, but everything that happens in Europe affects the world, and everything that happens in the world affects Europe. For this reason, we are always open and welcome to collaboration in the sense of comments, perspectives, but also shared projects or shared initiatives. You're most welcome to follow us on social media, reach out, and we can see how can we work together in order to bridge science, policy making, and society in Europe and beyond. Thank you.